Hey there, had to make this video about Sierra Sasquatch because I got him telling lies over here and being untruthful, and I just don't play that game. And I was razzing him a little bit. I told him, interesting saying, like no other. That's his new slogan, Sierra Sasquatch, like no other. I said it's actually a double meaning. It says that you are like no other. And it also tells in the demonstrative to not like anyone else except you. Very clever, or possibly a Freudian slip of the mind. Because our subconscious is always on, always operating on whatever operating system we set it to, or the natural default system that your subconscious is set to. If you don't set your subconscious to a certain point of view, to a certain mind state, to a certain level of acceptance or understanding or whatever it is. So I don't think Jaime Avalos has set his subconscious mind to where it should be. So he says, interesting take. That's not what I mean. Blah, blah, blah. My greatest adversary is myself, which I'm not trying to bring up any adversaries in the Bigfoot world. I don't know who or why we would be going this route, but I think he's getting defensive right now, bringing up his greatest adversary. And I said, yes, partial interpretation of the reader, yet words do have meanings, and it is a complete sentence, thus a complete thought to like no one else. And I said, well, you don't really watch other researchers' videos though, do you? Everybody else maybe you would be more aware of other people doing the same thing possibly. As for your background, everybody has a different background. As for the methodology, many people are finding use of the same methodologies. In fact, isn't that why we share information on the internet? So that we can advance the field and learn about methodologies to use. I mean, it's him thinking that he has got this, monopoly on these methodologies. It's just, it's an arrogance. So I'm addressing it. He said, I told you exactly what I mean, so there should be no question. Okay, authoritarianism. I'm trying to be intelligent, and I'm telling you there's two meanings, and you're slamming the door on it. Again, getting very defensive. And then what does he say? It's quite silly to have to explain that. Oh, then what does he say down here? You sound quite defensive and competitive, which I am competitive, but I haven't become defensive yet in any of my sayings. So he's actually the one being defensive and projecting it onto me right now, if you're following this comment thread. So he's getting defensive because I'm not backing down, and I'm holding my ground here and saying, yeah. But so you hear him, oh, study me. I've been doing it for decades. Study me, research me. What the fuck are you talking about? Research you. I've been watching your channel, but you were in the military. I don't believe what you do. You work for the medical mafia. I don't agree with the fucking life decisions that you make. You're working for the fucking New World Order beast system. Yeah, you're a real great guy. Fucking joining the military, fucking bragging about it. You're a fucking piece of shit to me. But anyway, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're so great. 10 years. Okay. Nothing personal, it's just what I do. However, it would be nice to hear who does the same and their results. Names? That's so condescending. That's rude right there. So he's slapping you like, oh, I didn't know you were standing there. He turns around and slaps you in the head like a board, like the Three Stooges. Oops, didn't know you were standing there. If you don't like what I do, that's okay. Just go out and show me how it's done rather than having pointless conversations. Like, that's a little baby talk right there. We're not having pointless conversations. I'm actually having a conversation with you. I'm on the same level as you. I'm not down at the bottom, groveling at your feet, worshiping you. I'm telling you I'm on a mountain peak right next to you, looking over at you, going, what makes you think you're so great? And my channel is there for you to watch since you asked. Fucking idiot. So anyway, being fucking rude to me in a condescending way, instead of talking about the issue, about the double meaning to like no one. It's an interesting study in itself. It's very intelligent to analyze a 3-word sentence and have that much opinion about it. It's very deep of thought. This guy is extremely shallow. But yeah, this is when I start telling him, yeah, you coming off like a snob, but I still watch your videos, blah, blah, blah. You can read it, okay? But you understand what he's doing and how he did get defensive and tried to project being defensive on me. You know what sucks, though? Did he erase it? Oh, is there more on there? He quit talking to me. Just documenting my interaction with this guy. Because, yeah, a good conversation does stimulate intelligence. But when you try to tuck your head in your shell and call the conversation pointless, it shows that you have no intention of sharing knowledge or finding a common ground with the person you're talking to. The person who got defensive was Jaime when I analyzed his slogan. But you know what? If you're insulted by intelligence, you're not going to advance the field at all. So, too effing bad. But yeah, he starts talking to me in the third person. And, maybe not there, but down here. Oh, hey, my comment's up. He said he erased it. And he said, I'm here to make a buck. He was trying to say, you're only here to make a buck like everybody else. And this is when he starts talking to me. Oh, he really wanted to help me, he said. Yeah, you want to help me. I don't need your help. I'm just coming to you saying, why are you so arrogant? Nobody else is like me. We're all unique. I could say the same thing. Nobody else is like me. Nobody else thinks the thoughts I think in my head. Nobody else has lived the life I live. Nobody else has walked the path I walked. Nobody else has done what I've done to get where I am. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's all nonsensical, fucking rhetorical garbage. Duh, no shit. We all are fucking unique. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But you got super defensive about it. And I'm not just gonna fucking let you tuck in your shell, bud. I'm just calling you out on your shit right now. I don't like your reaction. You had a bad reaction. Fucking, and yeah, you're rude. You said you fucking, nobody else does what you do, but then you said you don't watch other people's videos. So admittedly, how would you know what other people are finding? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You're arrogant. And you don't care. And when somebody comes on your channel and starts telling you, oh yeah, I've got findings, what do? Oh, nobody's like me, I'm the best. Blah, 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 blah. Like, you're always defensive in your fucking statements. I've tried to comment to you for fucking 10 years watching you do this shit. You could barely get a fucking word or a thought out of you. Like, you're so secret, squirrel. You're so secretive. You don't want to share information. You want to act, you're like David Paulides. You're researching the same shit everybody else is researching, but you're like, oh, I'm the only one that does this. I'm the only one that knows about this. You've got exclusive rights on the research, do you, huh, Jaime? Yeah, are the Sierras yours? What if you saw another researcher out there? What would you do? Ooh. Anyway. Yeah, make your videos, but I'm just saying, like no other is a double meaning. And the fact that I recognized it is very intelligent. And the fact that you didn't like me talking about it is no different than you not liking me talk about anything on your channel, because I've had interactions with you in the past that have left me with a bad taste in my mouth, where I've been like, God, this guy is just, he doesn't get what I'm trying to tell him, you know? It's like you tell somebody, oh yeah, I've got tons of footprints. Like, you think they'd come over to your channel and go to your video and be like, hey, cool, man, sweet. Like, that's kind of like why we are online sharing with each other, but like, not like I'm trying to share with Jaime. I'm just letting him know you're not the only one out there. And furthermore, your videos aren't that exciting. So it's like, yeah, you get some footprints in the mud. I'm excited, but you're so focused on like trying to prove it's the same individuals. And I mean, even your tracking, you're just following the landscape. We all do the same thing. I just don't know what it is that you do that's any different than anybody else. I had to pry it out of you last time, where I'm like, what is this word? What is this word? And you know, it was just two things lined up, following it to the next area. But it was like so confusing, written in parables. I had to look this word up. I had to ask a friend of mine, what the hell is this guy talking about? He's like, oh, it's just when you see two things on the ground that line up and that direct you to a certain direction, take you to the next place. It's like a military tracking thing. But I mean, like, Everybody's doing that with Sasquatch. We're all following structures from one to the other. We're all following evidence from one to the next. We all see the landscape. We know once we find one piece of evidence in the landscape, follow the landscape, go to the next place, find the evidence. So, pardon me, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. I know Jaime's hiking up at 11,000 feet in the Sierras. But I mean, it's not that difficult to be personable or to, like, be part of the community. But yeah, this dude rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe I rubbed him the wrong way. But like the fact that he's up there and lying, saying that I'm asking for money and fucking saying he wants to help me. And I have what does this say? Many with the lottery mentality. He just shows me videos of everything, but months have passed and now he comes back a totally different person. I don't know if he's talking about me or not. I don't remember any of this shit this guy's talking about. Upsetting the apple cart. Yeah, whatever, kid. But yeah, I don't trust Jaime Avalos when he's fucking bullshitting and he can't even stay on fucking track. It's like, I want to have a conversation and he's calling it pointless to even chat on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'll talk your fucking ear off on the telephone. Give me your phone number. I'll have a 5-hour conversation with you. Ask Parkway in Illinois Sasquatch. We could talk for a long time. But do you even want to have a couple paragraph interactions? No, you don't. You're just putting yourself above everybody else, saying that you're the fucking best, just like Colorado Bigfoot, which is why I fucking take issue with people like that. Not because of your evidence, because I can go out and go in the forest and get the same evidence. Just gotta drive a little farther, but I got legs. I got lungs. I can get anywhere I want to. I just don't do it because I don't need to, because I've found my niche. I've found how easy the structures are. I've found how easy it is to get the footprints. I got a real Sasquatch on video in New Hampshire. Come on. Jaime got one? I don't know. But the point is, I've already got everything I've set out to do within the field of Bigfoot. My goal was to film a Sasquatch. So I've reached it. It's the featured video on my channel. It's got almost 35,000 views. I'm not concerned about it. I'm just calling people out on their personal bullshit because that's what I do in life. And if you don't like it, sorry. Bigfoot reffing over here. That's just what the fuck I do. So just checking on Jaime. I didn't like his reaction. He got a technical foul. Oops.